Hey, good morning. It's Jen with Lady Tarot 911 and Miss Nala. She's underneath the desk, just chilling. How is everybody? It is the week coming up of the Pisces or the full moon in Pisces. So what that means is that could create like a dreamy, fantasizing type of sense in all of us. And it also, because it is Pisces, it allows for emotions to flow a little easier, a little more freely. This is a moon about coming back to center, balancing out things that maybe were a little off kilter within yourself, within relationships with other people. And this moon is called the harvest moon because it is the moon that rises closest to the sunset, or is closest to the sunset, I should say. Not rises, because if it's the sunset, it's going down. But it in placement wise, it is the moon that's closest to the sun. So in turn, it's the brightest. Now that also leads to opening up with intuition. As emotions flow, that means you're more open to receiving and not so restricted, which means that you receive messages and guidance, and that is why your intuition is better. So I thought we would do a kind of a combo read this week to see how your week's going to go with your soulmate, whoever that is that's on your mind, your person. So that could be a love interest, that could be a family member, a colleague, just a friend, somebody, that you've been maybe just going through some challenges with, whoever. But we'll check you versus them, what the energy will be like under the influence of this moon. And then also, because it will highlight a little bit about intuition, and with this brighter moon, us being able to use our intuition, but it also highlights the psychic abilities and gifts that you might have that you don't pay attention to. So I'm calling it your superpower, and we're going to see what superpower you will have during this next week under the energy of the full moon in Pisces, and what you need to look for and what you need to know about that superpower, how you can use that superpower, because it's unique to you and your current situation and the energies that are happening. So everybody is at a different place, different timelines, different situations. But I wanted to know what superpower you have that you can look for and hone into and be able to possibly practice using to help you in your situation that might be taking place this week. So I'm going to cut off the intro, and then I'll just do it sign by sign, and I'll just post your signs in the on my regular page. So you guys have a great week, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Hey Leo, alrighty, so we are going to pull for you and your soulmate this week of the Pisces full moon, or the full moon in Pisces called the harvest moon, and we're going to look at where you're at, where your soulmate is at, so whoever you're thinking of. Now soulmate can be love interest, or boss, child, friend, family, whoever's on your mind. If you're dealing with the situation, we're going to be looking at that and the energy for this week, the 11th through the 18th. So how's everybody doing? Good? Okay. So universe, what do you have for Leo for the week of the 11th through the 18th under the energies of this full moon in Pisces? Pisces is one of the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So there's going to be a flow of emotion that is a lot easier, less resistant flow of emotion. So that's part of the whole Pisces thing. the water signs. Pisces is also very intuitive, and that's why we're pulling a superpowers, because that will be highlighted this week. We're going to find out what your superpower is, Leo, the lion. I have Leo in my Venus, so that is your romance, love, which is different than your moon, which is your emotions. So the top 4 that you look for in your natal chart, your birth chart, is your sun, so you'd be Leo, and then your moon, and then your rising, which aka ascendant, and your Venus when you're searching through for tarot reads. Okay, so I've been told to split. Okay, so this is you this week. You might be dealing with an Aries. Decisions. Trying to decide. 2 of Swords. And then this is your person. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So major arcana means major change, transformation, and your overall energy for both of you between the connection is the Page of Wands. So you could be getting communication, messages, or waiting for such. And while you are waiting, or, if you receive these messages, you've got some decisions to make, Leo. She is, as I told Aries, she is blindfolded in this. And the problem with this card, there's no problem with the card, but the depiction of this card, she's trying to look through that blindfold and look outside of herself for answers, when in reality, the answers are already inside all of us. We have to just tap into our intuition, which channels our 5D and our higher self that shows a bigger picture and can download. And our intuition is just like that fast, but it gives us a bird's eye view of what decision to make, where to go, which direction, how to handle something, versus us being in the 3D with limited view. And so I think that you might be stuck in your head, Leo. You need to, I guess, understand that you're not going to find the answers outside of yourself, and that you're, as you can see, she's got these birds that are like being annoying as all hell and trying to wrap her up, and she's getting all caught up in that. And that's kind of what happens in our brain when we're trying to figure things out logically. There is a balance. Sorry, my chair is squeaking. There's a balance between logic and, you have to kind of shut off your brain and not use all logic when you're trying to make decisions. You need to use, I'm sorry. Oh boy, it's been a long day. Sorry. You need to use your intuition as well. So I'm going to clarify this 2 of Swords. So you got the heart wants what the heart wants. So lust, crush, attraction, and passion. And detached from the situation, clouds, confusion, making assumptions without any evidence, facing dark times, don't rush into any decisions. So now the Page of Wands is a messenger, a very passionate messenger, or with a passionate message, a new beginning of, and a message of love and commitment, or just, passion and seduction. It could be forceful, it could be aggressive communication. But in this card, so there's the yellow, which is about happiness in aura colors, connecting cards in tarot. And then up at the top, it is like a blue-green, more of a green. I think that through this week, there might be a heart chakra opening, which would allow for, more flow of emotion. But it looks like maybe you're going to be approached, or you're going to have a message come through that might be more passionate in nature. Somebody could be missing you physically, you know, wanting a little sexy time, or, you know, coming in aggressively, and you're just kind of taken back. You're a little confused on, you know, maybe you thought that this was over. Maybe, you know, you're like, I'm kind of moving on, and I just don't know what to do with this information. I don't know what to do with this message. Trying to figure out where, you know, like, where is this coming from? What's going on? And the birds are trying to wrap you up, and it's just becoming kind of a mess in your head. So this week, it looks like maybe you'll be getting this communication and just not quite sure, you know, what you're going to do with that, what you want to do with that. So then your partner has the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune has a lot of green in it. And this could be, or, you know, your boss, like I said, this could be anybody, your romantic interest, your family member. We have a lot of soulmates. So this person of interest to you is, you know, the green is about opening up your heart chakra. So, and that's about half, you know, half of the card is green. So there's definitely been or needs to be a heart chakra opening, but I'm going to clarify, go down a couple layers deep here to get the energy versus just the surface with this card. The Wheel of Fortune usually means that things are wrapping up, cycles wrapping up. It's a 10 card. So 9s are the end of something, and 10s are the ending and moving on. And it looks like, hang on just a second. Oh, you got two of the same cards as, who is that? Gemini. Oh, okay, I get it. I'm understanding. Okay, as I was saying, the Wheel of Fortune, sorry, I just ate some nuts, and they're like in my teeth. The Wheel of Fortune usually means that destiny and luck are turning in your favor, and that makes sense. I feel like maybe your person is the one who, I don't know, it could be that your person is the one offering you this message, and you're very confused because they have discovered that they have the answers, the keys, you know, to these issues or conflicts or blocks that have been happening within them, and they're able to take off the mask and actually truly show, you know, show how they feel about you, or reveal who they truly are when it comes to this relationship. So it could be that way, where they're offering you a message, and it's a new passionate message of what they're wanting with this connection, and then you end up confused by that. Or it could be the other way around, where you're trying to decide, you know, should I send this message? Should I, like Steve's Love Tarot, which is just phenomenal. He is one of my favorite readers to go to. He says it really the best, that your energy with your person in this soul cycle this time is so matched. I would be surprised if it wasn't twin flame. It's hard to tell the difference between you two, because you could go, I mean, either way with this. You could be in your head wanting to send a message, a passionate message. And when you do that and you reach out, not saying that that's necessarily something you should do. You all know your own situations. You should follow your intuition, and whatever that's, you know, telling you. And then by doing that allows your person to, you know, really come to the conclusion and feel lucky that you reached out to them and start to take off that mask and, be able to share their feelings. You know your situation, you know what your intuition is telling you, and, you really have to base your decision on how to do that, or what you need to do in this connection, which way the story lies, right? Which way it goes. But I think that this week it's going to be telling, if you've been waiting for this message, it might make you happy in the beginning, that you received one. However, if you're in Empress mode, if you're in, independent, you're doing good on your own, you're growing, then there's the potential that this message is just confusing you if it's going to be holding you back or not. And so you have some decisions to make this week. But if I could help at all by saying, again, don't try and see through the blindfold to find the answers. They're not outside of you. You need to quiet your mind and listen and connect to the divine. And you do have blue in this card, which blue is the throat chakra. And so we're talking about conversation, speaking, bringing things to the table, telling your truth. I think that those things are important to do, so that you're on the same page, at least in the 3D energy that is being presented. Now, I'm going to look at what you're in this moon. Again, like I had mentioned, with this moon, there's going to be the opportunity for our intuition and our psychic abilities, our psychic gifts that have been given to all of us, to be used, to be accessed, to be practiced. And so we're going to find out, Leo, what your psychic gift or ability is going to show you, or that you can try and recognize and realize and practice that this week. That might help you in this situation. It might be something that you want to think about accessing. Okay. So, universe, what do you have for Leo for their psychic gift or ability, intuition this week of September 11th through the 18th, under the energy of the Pisces moon? What is Leo's? Okay. I'm going to pull the bottom. All right. So the first card is Two Sides. And I'll read it to you in just a second. And the other one is Unassuming. Okay, so Two Sides, which is crazy because I was just talking about how your energy with your person is very interchangeable. Like you're the same, twin flames, two, duality. Two sides. You have two extreme sides too, but yet with much grace and poise, this ability gives you an advantage by keeping them in wonder. So I very much believe that this is about balancing within you, your masculine and your feminine. And by doing so, and maybe not reacting, or by maybe making a decision, but holding back a little bit, this is going to rebalance maybe the situation. Your second card, Unassuming. You're outwardly soft and gentle. Your power is in silence. You are non-reactive and create stillness, making you stand out in a crowd. What I got from this, so yes, obviously, Leos are powerful and they do stand out in a crowd. But what I got from this is that this is an ability that you might not organically feel like you have, because you are a Leo. And so you come across as powerful and resilient. And maybe this is I feel like it's trying to tell you that you do have the ability and these gifts within you to balance out the Leo and the lion, the regal, aggressive, assertive, just, what am I trying to say? The powerhouse that's within you, using this week, understanding that things are going to be a little more flowy and emotional, tapping into that, tapping into less of the 3D aggressive, go get 'em. And in this situation, that power that you have as a Leo needs to be balanced with being a little more pulled back, a little less assuming, less of what they expect, maybe being real and genuine, but understanding that you have this within you as well, balancing that masculine and that feminine. Cancer got the same one, not the same cards, but the same type of message about, was it Cancer or Gemini? To pull back, which is crazy because I am Cancer Sun and Moon Gemini, and then I'm Leo Venus, but my ascending is Libra, and Libra is all about justice and balance and being fair and cause and effect. And so I think that these messages are very streamlined across all of the zodiac signs. You have about 9 out of 12 within your chart, so you could resonate or connect with multiple others, and that's why they say to watch. You can get different angles to look at who and what you're made up of. And so I think that is, I feel that that's what this message is about, is finding that within you of balance, Leo, of not coming out roaring like a lion in this situation, that this calls for you to find within you this week that more feminine, and we're not talking like male and female. We're just talking about that feminine nature of accepting and receiving and pulling back a little bit and just kind of analyzing the situation logically, but then balancing that with your intuition and just kind of making it all a flow, working together. I mean, it takes a lot of parts of a car to work together, not just the steering wheel, right? So doing that, makes it, and as you can see in the Wheel of Fortune, your soulmate is, you guys being so interconnected, is going to be doing the same thing. Those roll right along, when all parts are working, those wheels. So that is the message that I have for you, Leo. You got this inside of you, and not every situation calls for the powerhouse that you are. It's a huge benefit, and it's quite a blessing. But in this situation, this, Spirit's saying, hold back a little bit, just kind of chill out and, maybe see what happens. Balance out you, and then you're moving on, and you realize that you do have that in you, that you don't have to be that aggressor all the time, or so, like, the fight doesn't have to be so heavy or so much all the time. So anyways, Leo, I hope that you enjoyed that message. If you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, I'm trying to build my subscribers. And you have a good week, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.